What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeek Mixer here. I'm gonna be reviewing some comics. Yeah, I don't really do much comics. I know I said it on my channel, and I do want to be doing that a lot more often. Things have just been so complicated, complex that I'm trying to work more better into actually reviewing comics. And not to mention also, there have been some great stories going on. Just during those times, I wasn't as invested, but ever since the new year began, things have been better organized, better clear for me. So now, this time, I think this time I'll be able to be more able to give you guys some reviews of comics and tell you what I think about some of these comics. Now, for this week's comics, I only got some from DC off of my pull list. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't have many Marvel comics on my pull list, but that's because Marvel hasn't really been giving out many good comics and everything, mostly because of all the reboots they're doing, or the stories just aren't going in a good direction side of things. Although I won't deny there have been a few of them out there in the Marvel side that I've been liking, like the Immortal Hulk. Oh, I am loving that book. I am just loving that book all the way. And then, what was that? Oh, yeah, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Yes, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That's been doing good. And then we also have the new Miles Morales Spider-Man. Now that's not great. It's on to an okay start, into a decent start to where it's like, okay, this might pick up. This might pick up. And also, oh yeah, one more Marvel comic book I checked out last week was The Cosmic Guardians. I am loving what I'm seeing there on that side. I might end up putting that one on my pull list. Right now, the only Marvel comics that's on my pull list is Immortal Hulk and the rebooted Champions. But I might take that off my pull list because I'm not really sure how I feel about that. But let's not waste time. I'm going to tell you what I think about this week's comics that I got today. First off, we got The Flash. Yeah, Flash, issue 63. Basically, this concluded right now. Now, as we all know, for Flash, it was all about Barry and Iris going on a force quest because here's the thing. Barry has been on a quest to learn more about each of these forces, that being the Sage Force, the Steel Force, and the Strength Force. These forces all came out after the Flash War, when Barry and Wally raced each other, and it unleashed more power, more forces. Well, in this issue, we find out more about these forces than meets the eye, along with the Speed Force. Basically it opens up back to where it last left off in the last issue, and that was the fact that Barry was taking on these two villains who wanted to steal some more force power from him and Psyche, who was using Barry for a time being. Eventually it all got to the point though where, like, even though let's see, where are we at here? Where is that one? Oh yeah, here we go. So yeah, so Cy and Barry decide to work together to stop these guys, even though Barry still really didn't trust him and everything. And after they defeated him, well, Cy starts to take the force energy from them, mostly from this guy right here. You see, these two are husband and wife. I forget how their names are, but he took out the husband and gained that power. So Barry tries to stop him. And this is where we're led into a very interesting thing. You see, all this time, Barry was trying to get these forces to work together, but it's been revealed right here that that's not the case. What's going on is that these forces have been at war with each other so they can be able to be the superiority over each other. And it turns out the reason for that is because they are trying to gain control. Yeah, these forces want to be able to have control of what is known as the Forever Force. I don't know what that is, but that sounds really bad news to me, man. And I do mean really bad news. It is even during that time, during the quest, they went on Gorilla City, and it was there that it was confirmed that yes, these forces will be at war soon, so expect a war in the Flash here very soon. But this was a great book and gave us some very good information and stuff to look forward to who down the line. I give it a 8 out of 10 or a 7.5 out of 10 because while it was good and all, uh, sorry guys. Getting a little funky to that camera, but while it was good and all, there's still some parts to it that could have had some more better moments to it. But moving straight on, let okay, where is it? No, I think that's all of them. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm thinking I had more than just this. But we'll go ahead now and go into the Flash Annual #2. And this one definitely revealed stuff to come, not just for the next few issues, but for the issues all coming out through 2019 for the Flash. It's all right here at this very end right here. Okay, see what it says there? It says the story continues throughout 2019. So basically, it's about Godspeed. He's doing once again what he did at the beginning of the Flash series during when Rebirth started. He started out as a psychic, but then he revealed himself to be Godspeed. And yeah, he revealed himself to be Godspeed, but also, as you see here, Impulse is back. Yeah, you see, during that whole Flash War at the end, Impulse was able to come back as well. And it was revealed that in this issue, he's trying to find his friends. Well, just like Wally, he's been away so long, he doesn't realize how much has changed. That some people he knew don't exist anymore. All because of what Dr. Manhattan did and everything. He still doesn't know anything about that. And right now, he doesn't even know anything about Wally West. Well, that was until I think the end of the chapter. Yeah, at the end of the chapter, I think he wasn't told, but he was more like getting the feeling he knows he's not there. But that's not the worst of it, though. This is all revealing how, like, Flash now he's trying to stop Godspeed, who's still in speed power again, but not in the way he's thinking. And this time, Godspeed's taking samples of Speed Force powers and giving them to someone in the future, the 30th century, who wants to take down speedsters once and for all because they've affected the timeline for so long. And well, all I gotta say is with this at the end of that chapter, whoever this new villain is and what's going on the other side with the whole Sage, all these forces going to go at war with each other, you can bet that the Flash is about to get into a big story arc here. So be on the lookout for this, guys, because I am definitely hatched up onto what's coming for the Flashes. But this I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10 because well, I did like the whole thing with Godspeed and everything, and then the fact that Iris had to, Barry revealed to Iris about Wally's death and all that. The whole thing with Impulse, I got too, but still was a little random at first. That was until I saw the ending that made me be like, oh, okay. But it still kind of gave me a little weirdness on there at first. All right, let's move on to the next one, and that was Teen Titans Annual number 1, or was that 2? No, I think this is 1. Yeah, this is 1. What am I saying? But either case, for this annual, this pretty much could have just been not an annual, but part of the issue because it was all pretty much all in sync with what's going on in the story right now. Because here's the thing, last issue, the Teen Titans broke into Batman's cave so Damian could get something to use against the weakness for Jason Todd here. And while he did use that weakness, it didn't really work so much to his advantage and everything. It really just pissed Jason off. You see, Damian thought that Jason was on the other side, but it's clear that wasn't the case. Damian was just being his usual ignorant, arrogant self. Maybe this might cool him down a bit, but still, he got himself handed pretty badly there. And that's not all of it. There was that other part of the story where Red Arrow, Emiko Queen, was watching over the other team, and they were actually training. And then they had to go over to a mall because it was being controlled by someone called Control Freak here. He just needs to touch people and say bop, and then he's able to get inside their heads. And this is where he was able to get into DeJean's head and able to see a lot of dark things about her. Things that I'm pretty sure we were all suspecting. If you guys are watching Teen Titans, then yeah, y'all probably are all suspecting that. And this is a little clue we're given right here. Oh man, She must no doubt done some dark things, but come on. It's kind of how what Teen Titans is all about. Adam Glass, you're doing awesome, man. I'm loving this. The way you're introducing each of these characters and showing some of their secrets they're still keeping from each other to work on through and everything. Man, I'm loving it. Now, there's also one more thing that was revealed to us that I'm not really sure if how I feel about that. Now, I remember Glass saying there would be a love triangle involved in all this, and it turns out we are finding out where that love triangle's coming from. It's coming from, uh, well, sorry, it's coming from Dejeen, Robin, and Crush. Yeah, so it turns out it looks like Crush is a lesbian. I don't have a problem with that and stuff. It's just that a love triangle like this with Dejeen being the center of it, I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, it's good that we're finally letting Damian Wayne know a little bit about romance, just so we could maybe explore another part to his character, and let's see how Adam Glass executes it. But to have Robin in a subplot like this is kind of strange, to be honest with you. And really, though, whatever. But I'm still loving Teen Titans. Adam Glass, keep up the good job, man. This is great. It's almost like a next generation of Marv Wolfman. You introduce characters we already knew, that being Red Arrow, Emiko Queen, Robin, Damian Wayne, Kid Flash, Wallace West, and 3 new characters, kind of like what Marv Wolfman and George Perez did back in their time. So yes, continue, man. And then finally, this one wasn't on my pull list, but I just wanted to get it for nostalgia reasons. Scooby-Doo teaming up with Black Lightning. Yeah, it was giving me reminiscing views back on the new Scooby movies when Scooby-Doo would team up with Batman and Robin. And it was great. It was all about the gang going to Jefferson schools to do a career day thing. And then they get into a mystery where some ghosts are haunting the school. Yeah, and here's where things are very interesting with it. So Black Lightning's helping these kids out. He's an expert in crime gangs, while they're expert in ghosts or gangs of ghosts and everything like that. And since they all decide to go talk to Tobias, well, this is where, like, since they're dealing with a professional criminal and they've never really messed with people like that, they needed to go in disguise. So that's where he takes them to Peter Gamby, and check this out here. Look at that right there. Each of them given a new outfit look. Pretty cool, huh? I mean, seriously, I actually like that. Oh man, that was pretty cool actually. And then when they think Tobias Well is behind the whole ghost things, but it turns out that's not the case. Turns out that it was just a bunch of kids trying to keep the school safe from gangs, the 100 gang for that matter. And at first, kids who were in this book were on Tobias' side, but when they saw that he wanted to protect them, they're gonna stop being on his side. And this is where it leads to something very interesting that Shaggy made a joke about. Let me go over to it. Yeah, right here at the bottom, when these kids decide they'll go back to school, Shaggy says, just don't do too well, because this place isn't good to get 100. Because come on, guys, the 100 gang over in Suicide Slum of Metropolis, if you get that point, don't make 100. Shaggy, he's always a lovable guy. And one more book I'm going to go into that came out a few earlier this month or so was Young Justice. So right now, I will say this book has a little intriguingness to it. You got these people from Gem World who are tired of their world being affected due to Earth crises, and they're blaming it on Earth when pretty much not many people on Earth remember that stuff or know about that stuff. So they send some of their people to go out there and attack the place. That's when Robin shows up, and Wonder Woman's there too. Wonder Girl, Cassie, she's there too at first, but she doesn't want to go, but things get out of control that she ends up helping. And we're also introduced to a couple of new characters here. One in particular I'm very interested in. This girl right here, named Jenny Hex. Relative of Jonah Hex? Maybe a descendant? I wouldn't say I wouldn't be against that. And we're gonna have someone else here. We're gonna have a Teen Lantern. That'll be cool. And of course, Impulse shows up. Now, this is where Impulse came into the book right after Flash Annual and stuff. After everything that happened in Flash Annual, he came into this one. And at the ending, well, we're introduced to another fan favorite character, that being Connor Kent. What does this mean for Jonathan Kent, though? Because I will first let you guys know I do not like what Brian Michael Bendis has done to John. It's pretty much also saying like Super Sons may never come back at all, or what will happen to Superman's family for that matter. Peter Tomasi, he did amazing job with Superman and Super Sons, and now Brian Michael Bendis is just destroying it. I have nothing but respect for Brian Michael Bendis for bringing Miles Morales into this world and everything, but right now everything he's touching with Superman is destroying what we were already loving, what we were seeing. I don't know what to say to you guys, but either case, these are just my reviews for this week's comics, and if you are enjoying my videos, please click that subscribe button, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos, and until then, Mega Geek Mixer signing out. Bye!